Hi, this is Danusha Lamaris, and I'm here to celebrate with you the release of Quest, A Writer's Journey with Marsh Hawk Press. And I'm going to read the introduction, which I've called Assembled on the Page. My friend Vinty likes to say, everyone should do something that makes them feel like they're flying. He's a surfer, so it makes sense. He lives most days being buoyed by a whole ocean, the wind hitting his face, freedom. And I like to think he's right. Who doesn't want to be reborn a bird? We crave flight in the physical sense, but also in living a life of expanded imagination. In this gathering of essays by poets on their evolution as writers, I see words described again and again as a force of the natural world. Forrest Gander on the erogenous language of geology, Xiao Chu on how memory lives on in the small, delicate fragments of words like snowflakes in your palm. Jane Hirschfield, as quoted by Ellen Bass, describes surprise on the page as Epiphany's first flower. Language and what it carries as elemental, organic, alive. Here in this volume, we see how writing can shape a life. Amber Flora Thomas tells us, I am always thinking about the narrative and how to show a larger story through the fragments of memory. And we know we are also being invited to see how this writer has put together a life from fragments. Elaine Equi suggests we might keep a diary of such fragments, pieces of which we might make more, but also pieces that capture something close to our lived experience. The broken, unassembled, incomplete, scuffed bits that make up the whole. This reads like a kind of I Ching, open to any essay, and there's something to be gleaned about how to hold opposites, how to cobble together not only a poem, but a path. David Lehman tells us that we needn't limit ourselves to one field only, or to one mode within that field. Yes, we can live larger. Denise Duhamel's mentor tells her, pay yourself first in time to write. And we are reminded that art and life require us to choose what we most want. Rusty Morrison says, I believe I must listen collaboratively to all the selves I am and let them all impact the poem. And we remember that to live fully, you can't leave anything out. Can't have the desired without the feared. Many of us write because we too are assembled on the page. On the page, these fragments find a home, and we, the writers, find a community. At this moment, when AI is a new and ever-growing aspect of our society, it strikes me that the process of poetry is both democratic and arcane. While the information on craft is widely available on the internet, the story of any given poet, and many of the stories you'll see here, reveals how they've been guided by the poets who came before them or alongside them, how the art of writing a good line, of putting aside time to write, the resilience to deal with rejections, the will to keep writing in dark times, all are passed down from one poet to another. May this book carry on that tradition, one voice after another describing step by step the rocky path down to the open sea. Thank you and welcome and enjoy.